Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you a fun project of making book page envelopes with some printed vellum. So this is the envelope that I made before the video, and we are going to be making a couple of more so you can see how it looks. It has a closure, it has a sari silk sewn to the flap, some collaging on the back, and it's lined with crocheted lace inside. So we are going to be making some more of these, and this is my design team project for living life creatively on Etsy and here on YouTube. And I'm going to be using her collage sheet. So here I'm showing you the first one, the one with the bunny, is the Blue Days collage sheet. And I'm showing you this sheet printed on matte photo paper because I've already used half of it that I had printed on vellum. And the other beautiful collage sheet is her botanical collage, and we're going to be making two envelopes from this. So I printed those like a full page on a vellum A4 sized page, and I'm using some Edith Holden book pages. I think it's best to use text book pages, and Edith Holden book pages have such gorgeous font because it's going to be you're going to be able to see it through the vellum. So I decided to use those book pages, and I'm just cutting them to the size of the half of the vellum page because I'm using one full-size vellum for two envelopes. And as you can see, I'm just lining them up and I'm sewing around. You can also glue it. I think if you use not too much glue, it shouldn't be visible. Also, I think you can use double-sided tape if you don't want to sew, but I've sewn around to kind of make them stick together, make those two layers stick together. I cut off the excess of the vellum, and now I'm just folding my envelope, and I'm not measuring anything. I'm just folding it the way I want to. You can choose if you want a bigger flap or if you want a smaller flap. Because I'm going to put a closure on this envelope, um, I um, I chose to have a smaller flap, and here I've shown you that you need to leave a little bit of space between the envelope when where the pocket will be and the flap, because we are going to put some lace in there. I rounded the corners because I just like the look. You don't have to do it. And now I'm just inking the edges, and I'm inking the outside of the envelope, but also you will see that I will ink up the inside as well. Here you can see where the crease is because it just adds like a finished vintage look to it. So now let's make one more together, one more like an envelope base. So again, I'm just choosing a page, cutting it to the size of half of the vellum page, measuring again, and my paper trimmer um, kind of butchers the folding pages. I don't know why, but I clean them up with my scissors. Again, I've sewn around. I'm going to cut off the excess. Oh, sorry, it's not focusing. Okay, it's focusing. So I'm going to cut off the excess, then fold the envelope again, deciding how big of a pocket do I want, how big of a flap. Again, leaving this space between the pocket and the flap inside. And this paper is just so gorgeous. I'm rounding the corners, and I'm going to be inking up both outside and inside. And I've made one more off camera. This is the one. Yeah, because I didn't want to bore you. It's not rocket science, but I think you know how gorgeous is this effect with the printed vellum paper, and below it you just have the gorgeous Edefolden font. So now I'm going to be trying to just decorate the fronts of the envelopes a little bit. I don't want to over decorate them because the collage papers are beautiful. I don't want to cover them up. I don't want you know the envelopes to be too busy. And this is my box of die cuts. So I'm just going through it. I'm choosing some labels. These are all Tracy Fox's labels, and some die cut elements that both I die cut with my die cut machine, but also just cut from books, some images I cut from books. So I'm just arming and ahhing, and trust me guys, it took me a long time. I cut most of this arming and ahhing of this video because it would take me forever. But I just chose one label, one die cut element per envelope, and I'm going to be using some coffee stained cheesecloth that I have to just add some texture. Under my die cut element or under my label, like you can see me here. So I'm just gluing it with a regular tacky glue, and it yeah. So in the meantime, while I'm just gluing, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of my subscribers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your lovely comments. I so much appreciate it. If I don't answer any of your comments, please forgive me. It's not because I don't care. It's just sometimes I miss comments. Sometimes YouTube does not give me notifications. I try to go back and with with my videos and check all the comments, but sometimes I can just miss. But just know that I appreciate all the comments and all the likes and all of you. And I'm going to have a giveaway quite soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so here you can see all the fronts decorated. As I said, very simple, nothing too fancy. Now for the flaps, you could see that in the example that I showed you, I used some sari silk, and this is what I'm going to be using for one of these envelopes here. Then I have this beautiful trim thing that I'm going to be using for the second one, and I'm going to make a ruffle. The one with the roses you can see here. I think it looks pretty. It matches the color of the collage paper. Then this is cheesecloth that I had, and again I just made a simple ruffle, not very. I wasn't very, particular about it, and the sari silk in the last one. And now for the closure, I'm cutting two circles out of it of Holden book pages per one envelope. And I'm also I found some like a backing from a paper pad, so some lightweight cardstock, and because I wanted those circles to be more sturdy, so I glued one circle from the book with like together with cardstock, and they are more sturdy. And now I'm just measuring, sort of again eyeballing, not measuring, where I want my closure to be. I'm using an awl, so this is the pokey tool to poke holes in my envelope. Make sure you poke the holes in like just one layer of the envelope, so you just don't go through the front of the envelope as well. And I'm going to be attaching my closures with brads, with metal brads. And I'm also using Wendy's method of those cancelled eyelets to give a little bit of, I don't know, height maybe to the circle closure. So you can see I'm using the brad, then the circle, then the closed eyelid. I'm putting it through the hole like this, and I'm using my awl and my fingernails to close the brad on the other side. And now I have some of this wax linen thread. that I'm going to be using to close my envelopes. And first, I'm just putting it around the top circle. I've added a dot of glue, and I've just waited until it was all dry, so it will stay like this. Now I'm just kind of, seeing how long my string needs to be, and I close the knot because I'm going to be adding some beads at the end of this. I think beads are just a nice touch, but also they kind of give weight to your closure, so the envelope will stay closed, like you will see in a moment. So here I am showing you um, the finished closure, the finished envelope, and the beads. I think are really match the colors of the collage papers. So once again, just quickly, two circles, two holes, eyeballing it. I'm trying, the top one to be in the middle of the flap and the bottom one to be in the middle of the pocket side, or the pocket part of the envelope. Now again, I'm using a metal brad, the circle that I've punched, and the cancelled eyelet, um, to both the top and the bottom, and I'm using my awl and my fingers to just close the brads. On the other side, again, wax linen thread for with a dot of glue for the closure, and it's glued to the top part, and we are going just to be tying it around the bottom. Now for the beads, I chose some beads that would match the color of the collage paper again. So some white. I think I have some green. And here is the third envelope that I did off camera, so you can see how it looks. And now for the lining, I love to line the inside of my envelope with some material or with lace. And here you can see I just chose some crocheted lace that I got in my local craft shop. I'm using again tacky glue, smooshing it with my finger so it doesn't sip through the lace, and I'm just gluing it like this, making sure the flap will still close comfortably. Cutting off the excess, and that's basically it. And you don't have to just use lace, you can use fabric or you can use cheesecloth like I'm using here. And I love it because I think it adds like a bit of raggedy vintage look to the envelope. So again, using tacky glue, smooshing it with my finger, and I'm attaching this cheesecloth uh, kind of randomly, I guess. I just want it all the way on the inside of the envelope, and cutting off the excess again. So this is how it looks like. I really love this look. And for the last envelope, I choose I chose cheesecloth again, and just gluing it um, like that. Okay, so here is the finished look, and I glued the envelopes closed off camera, but I just used tacky glue. So you glue down the right side and the left side, and it stays closed. And here I'm showing you the finished project. Yeah, I love how they turned out. Um, I hope you guys will try this. You can basically print anything you want on the vellum. I think what would be really cool would be like some text or some script printed on vellum, and then using some book pages with images. So for the reverse kind of effect, I think that would be great. Also, I would love for you to check out Bonnie's shop, Living Life Creatively. I will link her shop below for these gorgeous collage sheets. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye bye.